Hello, I'm back. I just wanted to do a quick video because I haven't done one in such a long time. I really don't have a plan for this video. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about because I don't know, I haven't had any motivation to really make any videos or anything I really wanted to talk about. One thing I will say is I'm sitting at a desk right now and I couldn't get my desk drawer open. And if you ever need to open a desk drawer, use a ruler to like pry it open, like open it as much as you can, and then use a ruler to try to like move around whatever it is that's blocking the drawer from opening. I googled that and it actually worked, and it was my camera that was in the way, that was blocking the drawer from opening. And I was thinking to myself, like, what is going on? Because today has just been like a weird day so far. Just felt like things were just not going the way that I wanted them to go. There was another situation where a person, I don't know, I signed up for something and the person hit me with some last minute information, and I'm just like, why didn't you tell me this before? As you can see, I'm in my same location. I ended up not going to Atlanta. Yeah, I don't really have much to say on that. I'm very thankful and blessed that I'm able to stay where I am, even though it is a lot and rent is going up. These people are crazy for what they want. For this place, it's really ridiculous, and inflation is just so ridiculous right now, and food is expensive, this rent is expensive, and I'm like, man, I wish I had like bought a house or something by now, but I don't even know how to do that. I don't know if I want to buy a house. I don't understand that. I haven't learned about that. But yeah, so I'm still renting, and at my age, and it's no shame, you know, a lot of us I know are doing that, but I guess I should maybe learn about that, you know, maybe home ownership or whatever. But there's a lot that comes with that too, but it's apparently a way to, you know, keep your wealth and build wealth. So gotta look into that. And the loan repayment is about to start again, so don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I think May 1st is when that's supposed to start again, so dealing with that. That's something you have to deal with if you have loans, if you go into medicine and you have loans. Not everybody has loans, because I was talking to this one girl and asking her about a job that I was gonna take, and I was asking her about, you know, they had a program for loan repayment, and she was like, yeah, well, I don't have any loans, so I don't know anything about that. And I was like, ooh, girl, you are blessed, child. But yeah, so loan repayment goes back into effect. I have another scam loan, predatory loan, that is supposedly a charitable fund, but the interest that I've paid back on this loan, they're making money off of medical students, and I hate this loan that I have, and it comes up every June. I have to pay like a large sum of money for that. And so I guess maybe this video will be about you know, finances as a doctor and things that you kind of have to handle and juggle. You know, if you know you're promised or you're thinking that you're going to be making a good amount of money as a doctor, but you have to work for the rest of your life to get that money, and work hard to get that money. It's not just like a walk in the park. You got to work, and you got to work a lot of hours. That's why they pay so much, because you're working a lot, you're doing a lot, so they pay you more than the average job. But it's not like it's just this simple job that you're doing. So if I would have took the job, all of these things would have been pretty handled, but I didn't. So now I'm kind of back to square one. And it's a lot, but I'm thankful for where I am, and it's gonna be okay. I don't know, even just talking about this, it's a lot. Like, I guess it's like hitting me, but I'm just believing that it's gonna be okay. And what else? Yeah, so around this time of the year, it just seems like there's like a lot of expenses that come up that I have to pay for. So just trying to juggle that. And yeah, so yeah, I didn't end up going to Atlanta just for my own reasons, and I don't want to discourage anybody from whatever plans they have for their life. If you want to move wherever you want to move, then do that if it's right for you. And so yeah, I don't want to discourage anybody from doing anything. I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube that I watched myself about certain, you know, cities and the pros and the cons, and I really hate some of those videos. I hate how they try to lure you in with like these scare tactics, like, oh, this city is so bad, or watch this before you move to this city. And then you listen to it and they're saying the same thing as like everybody else's video. There's nothing different about it. But I don't know. But I did watch one girl's video about Atlanta, and she gave like an actual story, because most people's videos on Atlanta, there's no firsthand information. It's always, I've heard that this happens or that happens, but it's never happened to you, so that's not really saying much of anything. But I did see a couple videos where people had like firsthand experiences of things happening, but of course things can happen in any city, you know. But anyway, so yeah, but that wasn't it. That wasn't the whole reason. It was just, you know, my own personal reasons. And yeah, so that kind of threw me back into like interviewing and stuff like that, and had to deal with a little bit of rejection. And I felt kind of bad, you know, because I mean, you go to school for all these years, and I think you get a little bit of a big head, thinking like, okay, I'm gonna get the job. Everybody's telling me that psychiatrists are in such high demand, and it's gonna be like walk in the park. It's gonna be easy peasy. But that's not completely the case, especially for jobs that are like more competitive and the jobs that are like really good. It's gonna be other psychiatrists that are applying for that job, and the same type of rules and principles apply to every other job. You have to know how to write a resume. You have to know how to interview well. You have to know how to present well. And honestly, I feel like those are some things that I guess I have struggled with. I have been told that my resume needs some work, that it's sparse. But I thought I read somewhere that resumes are supposed to be short, like 1 page. So my resume was like a page and like a little bit, because I tried to like condense it. But then I was told that that's too short. So then I made it longer. But then there's also, so you get the interview, but then you have to have interview skills. And I've had some not so great interview experiences. Like recently I had an interview with a lady that I just felt like she didn't like me, and she even like she left the interview early. It was a video interview with more than one person. It was me and more than one person. And one of the people on the interview just left the interview early. And I don't know, I just found that extremely disrespectful. It was only like a 30-minute interview, and usually these interviews can run 30, 40 minutes, even an hour. And she left before even 30 minutes. It was like around 30 minutes when she said she had to leave. And of course she could have had another engagement, but my thing is, why would you only allow 30 minutes for an interview? And they asked me several, it was like a lot of questions, and only left like I guess like a small amount of time for me to ask questions, and I had questions. So I just thought that was really strange, and it gave me a bad feeling, like, wow, she didn't even stay until the end of the interview, and you know, I didn't get that job. And I don't know, I just felt like, in my head, I felt like they didn't choose me because they didn't think I would be a good fit with them, like working with them, because I felt a lot of coldness from them, and they were the ones that were going to choose whether or not I was going to be working directly with them. So I just kind of felt like, okay, so now it's also, you have to be somebody that people want to work with. So if they're looking for like a certain type of person and you don't fit that, then you're just doomed. It doesn't matter what, you know, what you've done in your past, that you've met all the requirements and that you're qualified for the position. People are still going to pick who they want to pick, who they like. And if they don't want to work with you every day, then they're not going to choose you. So it was a little disheartening, like, wow, I've done all this stuff and still being rejected, you know, from jobs. And I did have an attending who was an addiction psychiatrist, and she told me, she said I should do a fellowship in addiction because she said it'll make you more marketable. And you know, but of course you shouldn't do something just for that. And I felt like addiction, I did have some interest in it, but I just didn't know if it was like really what I really wanted to do, you know. So I felt like general psychiatry was more of a better fit for me at the time. So, but I do see now that if I did have that extra qualification, that would make me stand out more. And I think it would help, you know. And if I, you know, had went to Harvard or Yale or whatever, that probably would help too, you know, going to like an Ivy League school. So I feel like that stuff does help, like in the real world, because it just gives you just like a better impression, you know. So and just being likable, like that just goes so far in this world, and I'm just learning that more and more every day. Like, you don't have to be the smartest or the most talented or whatever. If people like you, you're gonna get far, I feel like, in this life. That's just how I've been feeling lately. So those people skills, it's invaluable. Networking, even though I hated that word when I was in college, they kept stressing that on us, network. And now I see why, because it is really important. It's really important. It's not always what you know, but who you know, as cliche as that is. But so that's what so those are kind of my thoughts, I guess, like on this journey being a psychiatrist. And you know, sometimes I guess some of the things you may encounter, you know, and this is just my personal experience. I know there's plenty of people that are doing amazing and just killing it, and but for whatever reason, this has been part of my journey, and just wanted to get some insight into that for people that may be interested. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.